Hello, Lovelace. It's maths time again. And as you know, this week we've been looking at multiplication. And today our numbers get even bigger because today we're going to be multiplying 4-digit numbers by a 1-digit number. So that's thousands. And some of our answers will actually go into the tens of thousands column. So something to look out for there. But don't worry, the method is just the same. So as long as you've been okay up to now, then you should have no problem as the numbers get bigger. It's the same method. Well, let's start with some little warm-up questions. Here's a few to get you started. First up, 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. And how else can you write this question? 4 times 27, 4 times 231, and 4 times 462. Okay, pause the video, take a moment to work out the answers to those 4. Okay, here are your answers. 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 is 80. And we have got 4 lots of 20. So another way to write that question would be to write 4 times 20, which is the same as 4 lots of 20. Because if you remember from earlier in the week, we identified that multiplication is simply repeat addition. Question 2, 4 times 27. Well, hopefully you'll have done 4 lots of 7, which is 28. We put our 8 in the ones column and we carry the 2 across. And then 4 times the 2 tens is 80. 80 plus the 2 tens we've carried across is 100, so 108. Question 3, 4 times 231. Well, again, we start with the ones, so 4 lots of 1 is 4. 4 lots of 3 tens is 12 tens, so the 2 goes into the answer, and 1 is carried across into the hundreds column. And 4 lots of 200 is 800 plus the 100 that we've carried across, so 924. And finally, 4 times 462. We do 4 times the 2, which gives us 8. We then do 4 times the 6 tens, which gives us 24 tens. So 4 goes into the answer and 2 comes across into the hundreds column. And then we do 4 lots of 400, which is 16 hundreds, plus the 2 that we've carried across. So we've got 18 hundreds, so 1,848. Well done if you got all those correct. Now, a little bit of reasoning, a little bit of thinking for you. Ron and Teddy are working out 5 times 245. Now, Ron says, I know the answer will be greater than 1,000 because I know that 5 times 200 is 1,000. Teddy says, I know the answer should end in a 5 because I know 5 times 5 is 25. Who do you think's correct? Take a moment, pause the video, have a think. Okay, so what do you think? Ron thinks the answer will be bigger than 1,000. And Teddy thinks the answer will end in a 5. Well, let's work it out. So question B is work out 5 times 245. So let's do that and let's see whether Ron or Teddy are correct in what they say. Again, pause the video and work out the question. Well, there we go. They're both correct. So Ron is correct by saying the answer is going to be bigger than 1,000. And Teddy's correct by saying that the answer is going to end in a 5. So let's work it through. Let me just move myself out of the way. There we go. So there's our question. 245 multiplied by 5. We're going to start with our ones. So 5 times 5 is 25. Remember, just like Teddy said. So the 5 goes in the answer, and the 2 tens are carried across into the tens column. So Teddy is correct that the answer will end in a 5. Now let's see about Ron's statement. We now do 5 times the 4 tens. So 5 times 4 is 20, plus the 2 that we've carried across. So we've got 22 tens. So 2 goes in the answer, and 2 is carried across into the hundreds column. And then finally, we're going to do 5 times the 2 hundreds. So 5 times 2 is 10 hundreds, plus the 2 that we've got here. That gives us 12 hundreds. So 2 in the hundreds column and 1 in the thousands column. We've got a final answer of 1,225. So Ron is correct. The answer is bigger than 1,000. So they're both correct. Well done if you spotted that. Right, here's a question for you. 3,223 multiplied by 3. First of all, let's do it using our counters, and then we'll do it using the column method. So first of all, 3,223. Here we go. There's 3,000 in our thousands column, 2 hundreds, 2 tens or 20, and 3 ones. So 3,223. And we need it 3 times. So there we go. So there's our counters to show that calculation. And this is what the calculation looks like in a stand-up form, in a standard method. Okay, so let's start by working it through. So 3 lots of 3 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 3 lots of 3 is 9. Then we go to the tens column. We've got 3 lots of 2. 3 lots of 2 is 6. Then we go to the hundreds column. 3 lots of 2 again is 6. And finally to the thousands column, 3 lots of 3 is 9. So we've got 9,669. And if we count up the counters, you can see 9,669. So both methods are correct. Both methods share the same answer. Okay, here's one to think about. There are 2,114 seats in a theatre. The theatre is fully booked for 3 shows. How many people attend overall? That's how many people will go to the theatre altogether over the 3 nights. Pause the video, have a think, try and work it through yourself. Okay, so what's this question asking us? It's asking us how many, if there are 2,114 seats and they're all full, there's someone sitting in each of them, and it's full for 3 nights, then we need 3 lots of 2,114. Okay, so there's the question. And let's see the different ways we can set it out. So first of all, using our counters, and then using the grid. Oh, sorry, using the columns. So first of all, our 2,114 in counters, 4 ones, there's just 1 10, 100, and 2 thousands. And remember, we need it 3 times. So there we go. So there's 3 lots of 2,114. And if we work it through, we start with our ones, 3 lots of 4. Well, there's 1 lot of 4, 2 lots of 4, 3 lots of 4. 3 lots of 4 is 12. Okay, so we take 10 and exchange it for a 10. And in our sum here, 3 lots of 4 is 2 ones and the 1 10 that we carry across. Then we go to our tens column, 3 times 1. Well, 3 times 1 is 3, but remember, we've carried that 1 across, so altogether we've got 4 tens. Then we move to our hundreds column, 3 lots of 1. Okay, you can see we've only got 3 hundreds there. 3 lots of 1 is 3. And finally, 3 lots of the 2 thousands. So 2, 4, 6, 3 lots of 2 is 6. So we've got 6,000. So altogether, we've got 6,342 people. So always go back to the question and have a look what the answer means. So in this case, 6,342 people will attend the theatre. Okay? Right. Oh, there we go. That's the same question. Sorry, let me just check. Yes, I'm going to move through this one because we've got the same question. That's a mistake. I do apologize. There we go. Surprisingly, we've got the same answer for the same question. But now it's your turn. Okay, here's a couple of questions for you to have a go at. The first one, complete the multiplication. Use a place value chart to help you if you need to. If you're happy just working through like this, that's absolutely fine. So we've got 2,102 multiplied by 4. There's question 1. Question 2, a football stadium holds 2,214 people. The stadium is full for 4 matches in a row. What is the attendance for all 4 matches? So how many people altogether? And then question 3, Nia is calculating 2,430 times 3. She makes this place value chart to help her. She gets the answer 729. What mistake has Nia made? And what's the correct answer? Okay, so 3 questions. Pause the video and work through those 3 questions yourself. Okay, so here's our answers. For the first one, 2,102 multiplied by 4. There's the counter chart to help you. Well, let's work it through using the column method. 4 lots of 2 ones, so 4 lots of 2 is 8. 4 lots of 0 is 0. 4 lots of 1 is 4. And 4 lots of 2 is 8. So we've got 8 thousands, 4 hundreds, no tens, and 8 ones. So 8,408. Well done if you got that one correct. Question 2 was the football stadium. 2,214 people over 4 matches. So we need to work out 4 lots of 2,214. Again, the counter grid is there if you would like to just double check. If we work through this using the columns, then we can see that 4 lots of 4 is 16. We put a 6 in the ones and we carry the 10 across into the tens column. 4 lots of 1 is 4, plus the 1 that we've carried gives us 5 tens. 4 lots of 2 is 8, and 4 lots of 2 is 8. So we've got 8 thousands, 8 hundreds, 5 tens, and 6 ones. So 8,856 altogether. And then question 3, Nia is calculating 2,430 times 3. And she makes this place value chart to help her. And she gets the answer 729. What mistake has she made? Okay, so let's have a look. So 2,430. Has Nia represented 2,430 in her chart? Well, let's have a look. She's got nothing in the thousands. She's got 2 hundreds. She's got 4 tens, and she's got 3 ones. So she's created a chart showing us 243. And that's not the number, is it? Okay, so she's put her counters in the wrong columns. She needed to put 2 in the thousands column, 4 in the hundreds, 3 in the tens, and nothing in the ones. So there's her mistake. So what about the correct answer? Now I'm in the way of this, so let's just move me up there a little bit. Well, if we imagine all of these counters moved across, then we are going to have 6,000, 6 in the thousands column. We're going to have 12 in the hundreds column, and we're going to have 9 in the tens column. So it's going to be the same as Neha's got here, but all of the counters moved across one column. So in effect, her answer just needs to be one place bigger. Instead of having 700s, she needs 7,000s. Instead of 2 tens, she needs 200s. And instead of 9 ones, it's 9 tens. So the correct answer is similar to Neha's, but the place value is out. So it should be 7,290. So everything one place bigger. I hope that makes sense. Right. Now, we notice our chart, our grid has got a little bit bigger now because we now have a 10,000s column. That means the answer to this question is going to get bigger than just 4 digits. We're going to be sneaking into the 5-digit column. Okay, so big numbers now, but the method is just the same. So please don't worry. Just work it through step by step. So here we go. 3,504 multiplied by 5. Well, let's start with 3,000 times 5. There we go. So 3,504, and we need that 5 times. So there's our counters. And this is what it looks like as a stand-up sum. So as column multiplication, this is what our question looks like. So let's work it through. 5 lots of 4. Well, there's 5 lots of 4, and all together, we've got 10 there. We can exchange for a 10, and there's another 10 there to exchange. So 5 lots of 4 altogether is 20. We put a 0 in the ones, and the 2 tens goes into the tens column. Now we move to the tens column. We've got 5 multiplied by 0. Well, 5 times 0 is 0, but remember, we exchange these two. So we've got 2 tens sitting there. The 5 times 0 is 0, plus the 2 gives us 2 tens. Now into the hundreds. 5 times 5. We can group those. We've got 2 lots of 10 to exchange, and moving from the hundreds into the thousands column. Okay, so 5 lots of 5 is 25, 25 hundreds. So we put the 5 hundreds in the hundreds column, and the 2 is carried across into the thousands column. And then finally, the thousands column, we've got 5 lots of 3. Okay, then let's look at the counters. We can take 10 there and exchange for a 10,000. So 5 lots of 3 is 15, plus the 2 that we've carried. So that gives us 17 thousands. 7 into the thousands column, and then 1 across into the tens of thousands column, which can go straight into the answer. Okay, so altogether, we've got 17,520. And here's some questions for you. Again, pause the video and take a look at these. Okay, there are some answers for you. Take a moment to have a look at those. What I will do is I will look through some of these questions with you tomorrow in the live session. Okay, so I'm not going to spend any time looking at them now. You can check your answers and see how well you've done. And then what I'll do is we'll use these questions to look at in our live session on Friday. Okay, so that's the end of the session. You take care of yourselves, and I will see you all soon. Bye.